in a deep blue sea in the deep blue sky. And there ain't no pie. But as Zygmunt says, you can't spell pizza without pi. The number, of course. So let's talk about math. You're the math expert.
Well, do numbers really exist?
It's a language.
Yeah. There's no doubt it's useful. But does it actually describe? Does it really describe our existence, our universe, or is it just kind of the closest we can get to making sense of it?
It's making perfect sense, but I could use a little more gain on your mic for me.
Yeah. We're getting it in the ballpark here. How's that?
That's 10 times better.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna try and wake some people up here with
Go for it.
a little rhythmic seasoning.
Okay, Mr. Iron Lightning.
Let's see. The name of the tune is let's see. This is what they did in the old days. What's her name? Ian, check it out. Something like that.
You know what they used to do in the old days? What's your name? Ian?
Yeah.
Check it out.
How's that? For one person. It's hard to believe that's one person, huh?
Terrible on TV. I'll be back in 6 months.
Gonna go on a regimen?
Yeah.
How was that? How did you like that?
I recognize that style. It sounds familiar. That was scary.
Alright, yeah. It's a big rig taking off. Alright. Well.
I'm glad I'm not working on that tire.
Alright. So to get back to our conversation, right, that we were having in the car on the way here.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
You mentioned something about progress.
Yeah, the reason why progress is kind of held back, but the reason why there is no progress.
Okay,
quick enough. Quick enough.
Okay, first
for
of
my
all,
liking.
First of all, you're gonna define progress for us, right?
Okay, in my realm,
What is
progress
progress
is.
exactly?
In my realm, progress is the advancement of the green tech. And because it's green tech has been out of the closet for 100 years, but it's been in jail for 100 years by the powers, the serious, gigantic, enormous, ginormous, omnipresent power of the oil companies on the stranglehold it has on the planet and all its resources, and the stranglehold the banking community has on the planet, and the stranglehold the ruling class that foments this
you know what,
process.
This definition isn't going to fit in Webster's.
It's not supposed to. You know, I got issues with Webster's, but
I'm saying that normally a definition is like a few
well, I didn't even
sentences.
get to progress. I was just giving you the preamble.
The preamble. Okay. So progress in your mind is the development of green tech, technology.
Not the development, the permission.
The permission what?
The permission that it never needed to foster itself into the pinnacle that it should be at. Like the oil companies are at their pinnacle right now, but yet that is not satisfying. So, those technologies, solar, wind, geothermal, and cosmic ray, or ultraviolet, or infrared, all of these energies that are presently in available light, and water technology separating oxygen and hydrogen and water. And they have done it, and they're doing it efficiently. And why it's not in every bloody car is because of the stranglehold of the oil companies on progress.
So you're trying to say that all this technology exists, it should be developed, it hasn't been developed, and that's why they're
Not developed, it's already exists. It is a reality. The power is already here. It's been here for 100 years or more. And I mean, yeah, we've always had wind power, always, from time immemorial, windmills. Why it stopped all of a sudden and became the electromagnetic gas generator.
Have you ever considered this? What if we used so many windmills, we generated all our power with windmills? What if it actually affected the weather? What if we put enough?
Come on, give me a break. I have bigger fish to fry. That's not even a subject.
We have bigger fish to fry is not considered like a justification for not answering the question.
Oh, okay. Point, I will accept it. What was the question?
No, that's my challenge.
What was the question again?
Well, the question is it possible that it could affect the weather? You don't think?
No.
All right.
Only it'll affect the birds.
Well, we've certainly found that we can affect the weather by burning enough fossil fuel. I bet you 100 years ago you would have said, "Oh my God, are you silly? That's ridiculous."
No, well,
100 years ago, now
the idea was never posited to the general public. We weren't asked what was going to happen. Would it be okay to destroy the entire biosphere, atmosphere, aquasphere, and all the other spheres? Was that good for oil? No. It's definitely an N-effing-G.
Well, I'll tell you what bothers me. The fact that, okay, if you drive by Miller Stadium on certain nights when nothing is happening there, they'll have the entire parking lot lit. Now that's a lot of energy.
Where's that? At Miller?
Miller Stadium. This is all over. This is anywhere.
That's every world person needs to understand another factor: conservation. You never even hear that word, conservation. I'm gonna say it again. Conservation will save zillions and zillions and quadrillions of dollars. You know?
Yeah, so what?
Trillions and trillions of gallons of oil will never be needed. And that's the whole point of the conservation. And the oil companies own TV, radio, newspaper, any bloody internet site, Doojle and Schmoojle, all those cats. That's all owned by the oil company. So the message is hard to get out. The message is hard to get out that we're being ripped off. We're being totally flamboozled, yakuzzled, and the whole bloody thing.
That's because you sound like a left-wing wacko.
No. This is not about left and right. This is about right and wrong. on an idealistic concept. The concept of the purity of righteousness and wrongousness. There's a difference. And, and that's what the consciousness has to raise. Everyone has to just wake the bloody heck up right this second. Yesterday, they need to wake up because we're in a dream created by oil companies. This American dream, this American thing, or whatever the whole world is. My oyster. That whole thinking, that whole method of thinking, that whole manner of thinking was created by people who wanted to destroy the world for money, and they have succeeded.
Well, so how do you justify driving your automobile if you're so against oil?
Dude, you could drive a car, but you don't have to have a gas guzzler for the past 40 years keeping prisoner. They had a 75 mile and a gallon carburetor in the 1930s. Fact, 1930s. I don't mean to scream and yell. I mean, I hope you're watching a potentiometer. But this is a sore subject, because Earth is very near and dear to my heart. If you believe in astrology, I'm a triple Earth sign, all right? Anyway, Earth has been destroyed by oil companies and energy companies and money and banks and tyranny. So we're here in tyranny. It's not ancient history, it's current. So now what do we do? Yeah, that's exactly what we do. Into the Twilight Zone.
I'm gonna finish my statement. I just want to say something that bothers me is seeing all the waste. Yes, that's right. I got you turned off, George. You know what? The fact that we have parking lots that are lit up all night when no one's there, that's bothersome. The fact that we are creating toxic radioactive waste so that we can light up parking lots all night when nobody's using them, that's silly. The fact that we dry our clothes in a dryer and hang them on the line, that's stupid. And we can bitch and complain about them and the big oil companies and all those bad guys that are making us do bad things, but it's really us. It's stinking us that need to wake up and start acting. Turned off water.
We're all one.
The problem is us. It's not them. It's not they. It's not those guys. It's us. Because we're buying it. We're sucking it up. We're sucking it up. And we're squandering it, and we're leaving a fucking cesspool behind us.
Yeah, that's reality. Now what do we do? Okay, we can't that far. Now alright, we've had the apocalypse. Alright, I'm done with the bloody apocalypse. Let's stop it and start over. Automatic reset. Ready, set, go.
Number one, George.
Right now.
What kind of milk do you drink?
Whatever kind of Pick and Save has.
See? That's where you start. The food you eat.
No,
you don't.
No, that's not where you
food.
start. That's only a point on the sphere of points.
No, that's a big one. Don't eat crappy food because you become what you eat.
Okay, but wait.
If you eat dumb cow milk,
we got bigger fish to fry.
No, you said that again. See?
Why I'm saying that?
You're not frying anything. You're not frying anything.
Yeah.
You don't even
talking about consciousness. We're talking about consciousness. The waking up of the human race to the illusion of the oil companies lying to us for the past 100 bloody years. And hurting us and destroying the oceans.
So there it is. It's them again. So they did all this to us.
It's not them. It's the way it is.
It's us. It's us.
No, we are proletariats. We have nothing to do with what's going
It's
on.
bull.
We can change it. We can change it because there's more of us than them. So if we just stop going to work and everybody just go down to the office.
And all this cosmic ray radiation energy crap that you're talking about.
Why is that crap?
Because it may not exist. Just like Tesla's free energy. You know, I've
Yeah, but it
researched
does.
a lot on it, and
It
yeah,
does.
there's ideas out there,
No,
and there's
no, no.
and there's guys playing with it, but
There's
it doesn't run your house.
There's more to
It doesn't
there's
run
more
your
to
house.
Earth than the dreams of humans. There's more dreams.
I agree. You know, reality is what is.
I'm telling you what's happening. You don't have to believe me.
Well, no. I
never
don't
speak
believe
about
you.
anything
I
I
just
don't know.
agree. I'm just agreeing.
No, I never talk about anything I don't know. If I don't know what I'm talking about, I shut the hell up.
So you know that there is a way already in existence to harness cosmic rays to power the Earth.
All right. We already use it.
Yeah,
We
or
already
no?
use infrared. So, you know, let's talk about something that's
We use
even
the
worse
sun's
than
energy, right? That's cosmic rays.
that. Yeah,
Right. and
everything
plants
that's
do,
coming
and
down.
plants already do the job
Exactly.
pretty
exactly.
well.
And we're destroying and we're mowing down the plants. My problem is we got to stop that. You got to stop deforestation.
I want to stop
You have
mowing
to
your
stop-
lawn.
No,
That's
yeah.
where you start. Yeah, you start by not mowing your lawn.
Let me stay on the
Believe me.
subject here. Leave my lawn alone. I'm talking about the rainforest.
You
all
said
right?
stop mowing down plants.
Well, what I'm
Right?
talking about is the rainforest, the lungs of the earth. We're mowing it down to make little tables for like 26 cents at a flea market. It's ridiculous.
All right, now who's buying? Who's buying?
That's what I'm saying. The people are hypnotized.
Right.
Hypnotized. They're asleep. They're like in a dream. They're
You've
like in
never
a-
bought a product that came from
I'm not
rainforest
talking
wood.
about me. I woke up already. I know what's wrong.
So you don't buy any product if it has any
If I can
connection.
help it.
If you can
if
help
I can
it.
help it.
Where you
Usually
buy-
get my stuff at a flea market or a yard sale. It's already been made, so it's recycled. But I know we have to stop doing things that hurt the atmosphere. We have to stop doing things that hurt the biosphere. We have to stop doing things that hurt the aquasphere. We have to stop doing hurt that takes the humanoids down, takes the animals down. We're losing a species an hour.
Yeah, and why are
I'm not
you?
even lying. I wish I was lying. I wish I was a left-wing Pico commie freak. But no, I mean, we're doing it. It's actually happening. So when you talk about your lawn, like, come on. I'm talking about species a minute.
Listen to my
Crap
point.
that.
Listen to my point.
I know
Okay,
your point. You have a perfect point.
Yeah, about lawn care. You know how much
It's
we
toxic.
waste.
And
Yeah,
a lot of water.
well,
I know all about it.
the energy
But
that
it's
we
only
use in
one
mowing lawns.
one of the problems. But more pressing is the bankers and the oil companies and their grip on society's scrotum.
I may defer there. I think some of these little things are big things.
Well, they are.
I think
but,
the
it's not my
Nazi
job.
the
It's
Nazi
not for me.
lawn culture that we have is a serious problem, a big problem.
But it's not as bad as nuclear waste, and it's not as bad as military waste, and it's not as bad as the military doesn't have to follow any ecological things. They have a legacy of toxic dumps from time immemorial. I mean, you talk about problems. That's one. What about the giant plastic bag that's floating in the Pacific Ocean, girls and boys? There's a giant plastic continent. I'm not even lying. I wish I was lying. There's
Well,
a giant plastic continent floating in the Pacific Ocean made out of plastic bags and bottles and plastic waste.
No. See now, this is something. This
And
is
it's in pieces.
George, listen, this is something I know about. So when you,
Oh,
if
go
you
ahead.
start,
Tell
if
me.
you start, all right,
Expound, please. Take over.
okay,
Take over,
it's
Captain.
not okay.
Ian Lightning, George Darrell from New York.
Right.
Ian Lightning, zone suit.
I'm gonna make sure we don't start spewing baloney here.
Yeah, we're gonna be kosher
Because it's
now.
not plastic bait. I mean, there is a lot of junk out there. I saw a documentary about plastic. And they do. They go out into, you know, these areas of the Pacific that are hard to find. And there's a couple vortexes on planet Earth where, you know, our waste. Yeah.
Kind of accumulates.
It's like a bathtub vortex
Yeah.
almost. And so, yeah, these people go and collect and they measure how much plastic is really out there, because this plastic doesn't biodegrade. It breaks up into very small pieces, but it doesn't actually biodegrade. And so that's what they're finding out there, is lots of little pieces of plastic. And you know, it's actually it becomes more numerous than
But it's the
actual plant or
size
animal life.
of a continent. It's a fantastic size.
Yeah, it's a
It's a
large area.
fantastic size.
Yeah. And so we have created a lot of plastic and we've dumped it in the ocean.
And then fish are
now
eating
it's
it.
not going to disappear.
Fish are eating it. It's killing every. You
Yeah.
know, it's not good.
All right. Well, speaking of
It's
not
ugly.
good,
It's ugliness.
let's listen to
That's
this
a big
from-
problem, right?
this is from a couple shows for the world ago. We're talking about
Stone
you have to
throw the
have
stone
a
into
working
the pot.
hypothesis to make it through a day.
A reckoning.
Yeah.
You need to reckon. You have to understand where you are,
Yeah, or at least
or
pretend.
what you do,
Right.
and the relationship to how you live.
You have to in a way you every day you fantasize about who you are and what you are and what you mean to the universe or not the universe, where you fit in the world. It's all a fantasy that you create.
Well, maybe you need that fantasy, but it hurts, man. Like the truth hurts, like we were talking about before. I mean, you gotta watch where you're walking. You might step in a hole,
Yeah.
or if you can't see, you need a little stick over there or a dog.
Well, you
There's
realize
different-
you're a lot dumber than you thought.
Oh, that's always a hard lesson.
Yeah.
That happens to me a lot.
Oh, you can always find out how you're dumber than you.
You know what my
Because,
father
no
said?
matter how smart you are, you can find a reason.
My father used to say, "You're never too old to learn a new way of being stupid."
Yeah. For the world. You know.
At least it's gonna be different.
So, George.
Yeah, we're back up.
Yeah.
RiverWestRadio.com. This is Stone Soup.
Do you ever get sick of being on the losing side? Because it sounds like you're on the
It's
losing
not an issue.
side.
It's not an issue for me.
No.
It's we're in it for the long run, long haul.
So eventually you figure right
Consciousness will
is
take
gonna
over.
win out, huh?
Consciousness will take over. Look, watch out. Watch.
The good in
Watch,
humans
somebody's
is
gonna wake up right now. Watch.
Yeah.
You're being ripped off. You're a victim of the oil company's screw job. They win, you lose. Now that you know, you are awake.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, if may I suggest some reading literature? Start with the Declaration of Independence, a document formed in 1776 by a fantastic person, Mr. Jefferson Thomas.
You could be like sort of like a tent evangelist. You know, yeah, healer.
I am.
Miracle healer.
I am.
You can go around and touch people, and they'll wake up and realize they're being screwed.
That's a great idea. That's great. Stone Soup, consciousness raising
a revival.
tent.
Revival tent.
Stone Soup revival tent, man.
Yeah.
That's what we got. You want me to
been
branch
duped.
out? You want me to branch out? Yeah. You've been duped. You've been screwed. You've been You've been lied to. You've been hornswoggled. You've been taken for a ride of your life.
You know, most people.
And your teachers have been taken for a ride, and your pastors have been taken for a ride, and your professors have been taken for a ride, and the manufacturers have been taken for a ride, and the energy freaks have been taken for a ride, and then they joined forces with the banking cartel, the gold freaks, the diamond freaks, platinum heads, greed heads. People that think money is worth more than a nice, beautiful moment with someone you love, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, you know, you take over.
I just wanted to point out that you know, they say back in the old days, or you know, life could be short and cruel, right, for a lot of people. And so nowadays we have, in a way, or in a sense, more people living longer, having, you know, maybe more fulfilling lives. I don't know, but you know, there's a question there whether you know, some people might think, hey, all right, maybe.
Well,
I've been duped, but
they're
you know what?
thinking all the
I
time.
still made out pretty good considering that I could be
but it's
living
still
in this world.
It's still myopic.
Yeah.
It's still myopic. It's still centered.
It's true, yeah.
It's still
It's sure-
It's still, what do you call it? Subjective reality.
It's sure better than
Subjective
right,
reality.
but it's sure better than living in a
the idea
world
is
ruled by
you
warlords,
need
right?
an objective world view. You need objective. You have to see 360 degrees of everything that's going on.
And what is that 360 degrees?
Well, for everything you think is right, there may be something that proves you otherwise, or an addendum to what you know. And that's not a
Tolerance.
crime. It's not
So,
a crime to figure out
the
something that you didn't know.
So the only thing you know is that you really don't know, right?
Well, the fact is you can remember that there's something to learn at all times,
Right.
and not shut your mind to that. But part of the shutting mind thing is the oil companies spell. It's programmed mind
Okay,
shutting.
who's the oil company? Okay, we need to go a little bit farther.
Well, go
Instead of
look it
calling
up
them
on
the oil
Dun and
company-
Bradstreet, man.
Who, Mobil?
Go,
Exxon?
Google
What?
it in, man. It's right
BP?
there. In
Is
Technicolor.
that who's to blame? Is that the bad guy?
Yeah.
Okay, they're the bad guy.
Yeah. And then Deutsche Bank and Schmecky Bank and Banky Schmank and Bank of America and blah 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 and City Critty
Okay.
Bitty and
And where do
Trinity-
you buy
Trinity
your
Bank.
gas, George?
hey, look, you gotta
You buy it
live. You
wherever-
gotta live. You gotta live. But I'm not guzzling
Exactly.
it. I'm not
My
guzzling
point.
it.
No, but still,
I'm
every
conserving
dollar
it.
you spend, part of it goes to them.
Yeah, but so what? That's
so
what
what?
I'm
Because
talking
that's who
about.
you're fighting. Why would you
Not
feed?
fighting.
Why would you feed the
I
monster?
am not fighting that.
You're not.
You
but
can't
you're-
fight them at
okay.
all. You cannot fight them.
Okay, so what are you
can just
Exposing.
rise above them. If the
Rising
whole
ab-
planet wakes the bloody hell up and turns off their light bulbs for 1 hour, they will lose $1 billion in an hour. Don't you understand? We got power. Turn it off,
Do you
man.
do that?
Yeah.
You turn your light bulbs off?
All the time. I never waste a bloody frickin' watt.
I do too. How come it's not making a difference? Or
It's
is-
making a
All right,
difference.
it's making,
a small difference,
It's making
but,
a little difference.
but me and you are the only ones talking about it.
Yeah.
It's not on TV. It's not in the papers. It's not on the radio. It's not on commercials.
So-
It's not public service. What happened to public service announcements? They don't exist anymore. In the
Right.
old days, they
So-
used to have public service announcements
To get back to my original
on
point,
the original TV. But now oil companies own the TV, so they limit what goes on the TV. It's owned by oil companies. Sorry, I can't hear myself no more.
all right, that's my original point. Is that why are we lighting up parking lots? You know, Walmart parking lots.
Is that a real question?
Yeah, it's a real
Okay,
question.
wait.
Why are
Now
we
let me
lighting-
stop you right there.
Well, I mean, a lot of these
Multiply
cities-
that by every city and
Right.
every country
Exactly.
in the world right now. Think about it.
How much energy?
Wasting electricity.
Yeah, how much is
Burning fuel, killing the atmosphere slowly. But actually now it's not too bloody slowly, you know, because there's ice. The ice is gone. It's like, you know, some odd million kilometers less than it was in the worst year ever in like 2010. Now it's worse than that. So it's only worse and worse, and you know, the ice is gone, man. So, I mean, you know, when you talk about how stupid are we are like on like a suicide watch, man. These people are trying to kill us.
Okay, so how much energy are we wasting right now?
Zillions of watts.
No. Listen, you didn't let me finish. By having on this computer on.
We're not wasting it now. We're using it.
We're using it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's different than wasting.
Yeah. Of course.
So, but
that's what God let us invent it for, because it was fantastic. Well, you know, we just should have, you know, perfected it now.
But parking lot lights in a parking lot.
We got bigger fish to fry. There's bigger wastes than that.
Bigger fish to fry. Okay.
That's a gigantic
How
problem.
big is the fish that you're gonna fry? That's what I want to know, because
the people controlling the stove that's frying everything. Those are the people we're talking to.
How big is that fish? Is that like a?
It's
like
unlimited.
marlin
It's unlimited.
size?
It's unlimited. No, it's omnipresent.
How big of a pan
It's
are you
omnipresent.
sleeping in a
It's
basin?
omnipresent.
You gotta listen to this. It's become apparent also.
Omnipresent ruination of the planet.
Yeah, there's a low
Because they're
rumbling
idiots.
sometimes early in the morning.
Low
that I
rumbling.
can just
Stupid.
yeah, there's a low rumbling
gold is worth
sometimes early in the morning that I can just barely perceive.
Wow.
So,
Well,
and I
that-
thought
that
how
could be-
this was months ago. Yeah, there's a
Right
low
over here.
rumbling sometimes early in the morning that I can just barely perceive.
Wow.
So,
Well,
and I
that-
thought
that
how
could be
this was months
A process called hydrofracking,
Hydrofracking? What's that?
where they drill these fantastically deep wells straight down, and then they drill these fantastically deep wells laterally, and they're miles, and it's
They drill wells, and what do they do? What do they do with
hundreds
the
and
wells?
thousands of feet.
What are they drilling
lateral, and then they force very high heated, pressurized, chemicalized process.
That's a good
called
explanation.
hydrofracking, where they drill these fantastically deep wells. Process called hydrofracking, where they drill these fantastically deep wells. True to them, but I'm not getting true to the people at the top. I am gonna make the people at the top stop.
How?
By explaining to the people that work for them
what?
that they are being duped.
Okay, so now I'm the guy that works for the guy on top.
Okay,
what are you
here's
gonna
what's
say
gonna
to me?
happen.
What are you gonna say to me?
I'm gonna tell you
That's
right
gonna
now.
make me stop working
How
for
do
the
you
guy
do?
on top.
My name is George from New York.
Testing 1, 2,
And
3,
I
4,
have true to them,
5,
but I'm not
7.
getting true to the people.
George?
People at the top. I am gonna make the people at the top stop.
How? Yeah,
By explaining to the people that work for them that they are being duped.
Okay, so now make me stop working
How
for
do
the
you
guy
do?
at the top.
My name is George from New York.
See, that's how you're
and
making
I have
stop.
been to the mountaintop.
One day at a time,
and
man.
guess what? You
One
are
CEO
being
at a time.
That's plan A, huh? You better have a plan B.
There's no plan A. There's no plan B.
Let's see.
There's just
That's the main
consciousness, wake
problem
up
is
time.
zombies
Save
don't listen.
Zombies are zombies.
That's a
You
good
gotta
point. That's a
get,
good
you gotta cut
be
them
on
off.
Fox News.
Gotta cut them off.
Then they'll listen.
No, you
The
have to
main
burn the
problem is
zombies.
zombies don't listen.
Zombies are zombies. You gotta get. You gotta cut.
It's just being metaphysical about it, metaphorical about it.
So let's get some predictions for the rest of the year now.
Predictions.
Are we-
What am
are
I,
we-
psychic?
Yeah, you're going to be
All right,
you're going to be a psychic for a second
shut
here.
my crystal beer bottle.
Yes, we are consulting
There we go. All right,
the crystal beer bottle right
Right,
now.
okay.
And I'm rubbing the beer bottle.
I'm rubbing
Because
the beer bottle.
we predicted it wouldn't rain last week.
Let's see
It
what
did rain.
Let's see what the
We didn't. I didn't predict it. I was praying
it
for
gonna-
rain.
No.
Is it
You're
gonna rain?
I was praying
again
for rain for
this
3 weeks.
summer?
I was praying for rain.
Is it gonna
Phenomenal.
rain again this summer? No, huh?
But no, there's
I
only
would-
one way to do that. But if you ask me how we're gonna raise the consciousness
So
of the
let's
CEOs.
get some predictions for the rest
Well, we
of
just
the
have
year.
to draw them a picture of their land that they live on, and then like superimpose the pictures of what they're doing in their projects on their land and what
So
would they feel like.
let's get some
If we send them all a little
predictions
email with that picture, they would understand. And do it in a nice way, you know, very loving language, you know, not lawyer-esque, but true. Not too sweet, but you know,
Wait,
not
you-
offensive.
wait, you're gonna write them a letter?
No, you show them the picture and you present them your case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like a PowerPoint,
Even simpler.
like a Microsoft PowerPoint.
One picture, 1, 2, 3 paragraphs. That's all.
Like a mountaintop removal.
Yeah, like
This
you
is
put that
what
on
you
their
did to
swimming
this
pool.
town.
You superimpose a little mountaintop removal aerial photo inside their pool, so they can dig it, you know. And they say, "Wow, this is what I'm doing. I'm making money doing, destroying jillions and jillions of acres and miles and kilometers and hectares. Mamma mia! They're just, you know, they're doing
Yeah.
it for money."
Hey George, listen.
A penny.
I'm
They're making
totally,
a penny an acre.
Listen,
They're destroying
I'm
it.
totally on your side. You know, I'm totally on your side.
I'm into
but,
stopping
but,
this
but I
destruction.
gotta say, sometimes you
is in
sound a
trouble.
little naive.
I don't care. I don't care.
Because right, the
So
children.
what? I don't mind that being
Yeah.
naive. Look, what's true is true, and what's a lie is what's a lie, and what's right is what's right, and you know,
Uh-huh.
and
People
you know,
can,
there
people
is
can
a
do the
such
wrong thing for a long time and
Well, they've
justify
been
it.
doing it for like hundreds
Yeah.
of centuries, thousands of centuries. We forgot that the gods put us here. This is paradise. Get over it.
Now wait a
Start
minute.
enjoying
Wait a
it
minute.
already.
Wait a minute. See, your mythology is different than my mythology is.
Yeah.
Maybe the gods put us here, but
I'm
they
not-
didn't put us here to have fun. They put us here to work.
No.
You know,
No. Working is part of being here. You have to work to live. Life is work, work is play, play is life, work is life. You know. it's like-
we're put here as mining machines. Our DNA was spliced between primates and aliens to create a creature that could mine the earth. And you know, and eventually they're gonna come back and pick up the booty.
I'm tired of yelling. I'm sorry. I'm boring everybody to death. But you know what? It's a lot simpler than you think. It's so easy. It's the easiest thing in the bloody world. It's the very easiest thing. All you're gonna say is, "I'm done with death. I'm into life." And that's all it is. For the oil companies just to realize, you know what? I got
Wait.
enough money. I got enough money. I can't even
Wait a
spend
minute.
it.
Rewind.
I don't have
this.
anywhere to spend it. I'm not welcome anywhere. I have too much money. What am I going to do with it? Am I going to, I can't even brush my teeth with money. I wouldn't fit on my toothbrush. I'd need, a toothbrush the size of Kansas to brush my teeth with the money. Dude, there's a lot of money going on here, man. We just got to say, look, I got enough. Let's stop destroying the world. And let's all have a bloody party. That's all. I'm just.
Hey, who's gonna clean up in the morning?
I'm just saying.
Who's gonna clean up in the morning? That's the thing.
Everybody
Parties
agrees.
are great, but someone's got to clean up in the morning.
Everybody agrees that we're a planet. We're the human beings. God made us. We're stuck here. There is no gods here. The chariots are gone. And now we're gonna have to enjoy the ride. Now let's clean up our mess and then make love, not war. That's all there is to it.
Well, it should have happened back in
I'm
1969 then.
oversimplifying. I'm over-civilizing the solution.
Wait, hey George, wait a minute. We got bigger fish to fry here.
Yeah, what's bigger than civilization?
We got bigger fish.
Nothing.
Oil companies.
Nothing. That's a factor of civilization. It is not civilization. That's a controlling factor. And that can be stopped. Everyone just stops buying it and just say, hey, we quit. We don't have to go to work. We don't have to do anything. You're fired. You're done. We don't need your
Okay.
shite any longer.
So now we're getting down to the nuts and bolts. You're saying that everyone should quit their
Just
job.
stop. No. I mean, quit paying homage to the oil company.
Taxes? Oh, but you mean stop buying gas? which you're gonna do tomorrow,
no.
probably.
Start conserving it and stop wasting it. That will get their attention because they only pay attention when things cost them money. You understand? These people only understand money. So when it costs them money, then they feel it.
So you're
Then they wake
conserving,
up.
and you are conserving gas by driving a Toyota. That's
Yeah.
how you are saving the
I
world.
coast a lot. I'm in neutral. I'm in neutral a lot. I go to park. I go to neutral.
That's how George is saving the earth.
Roll down the hill. I put it in neutral and roll down the hill, man. Momentum. Look, it's faster than a horse and buggy. You know what I mean? You're doing great. As long as
Listen,
you're moving.
folks, it really is that simple. Listen.
Listen, I used
Saving
to
the
live in
world
New York.
is really that simple.
I used to live in New York, man. If you were
Coast down
moving,
hill.
you were doing fantastic. In New York, man. I used to say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Second Gear. That's New York, man. I save a lot of gas, but that's
feel
not.
like I have,
everybody
like,
can
this-
save a lot of everything. It's not only gas. We can save plastic. We can save paper. We can save blah blah blah. We could grow hemp. We can make our own clothing.
Well, now, there's an idea.
You can fuel.
There's an idea I can get
You can
behind,
build houses
okay?
with hemp. You can fuel reactors. You can fuel generators with hemp.
Cosmic
It's
ray
biofuel.
radiation
It's
energy. I
biofuel.
don't know about, but
It's
hemp,
biofuel.
hemp
It's
hemp is
biofuel.
real.
Biofuel is an untapped market.
Yeah.
All the lawn clippings in every country. Come on, that's a lot of fodder. Get it? That's fodder. See, we've been hornswoggled. We don't use that technology because the oil companies have stolen the impetus.
Okay,
They took it
all
off
right.
the front page.
No, I gotta cut you
They
off
took
here.
it off NBC, CBS, and ABC.
I'm cutting you off because
Disney.
because I gotta bring up a point. Okay, Haiti, right? Very poor country in the Caribbean, right? Totally deforested.
Yes.
Wait. I'm gonna make my point before you. Okay, totally deforested. Why? Because the people needed the wood for cooking fuel. Okay, now they also get a ton of sun. If they had used solar ovens, you know, a very simple invention, they could have maintained their trees probably to a much greater extent. So what the point is that there was no oil companies involved here. There are no oil companies involved. This is people being stupid. You don't need an oil company to wreck the world. All you need is
I can
stupid
say
people,
something now.
and that's the problem. That's what we are, stupid people.
No. I think it's way deeper than that, and you misread that whole situation. Haiti is a colony of the industrialists, manufacturers. That is totally a humjob government. It does not exist. It's like a parent company. They don't forget they took Aristide out of that country twice, so they can continue raping it. And they let the people get cholera. They actually probably brought it to them. And of course they're going to deforest everything because that's all they have is a machete and a tree. That's all they have on that continent, on that beautiful place that was destroyed by Ronald Reagan free zone. What do they call that? Something free zone. Capital free zone. That turned that country into a desert. They don't have any compassion or
Yeah.
compunction.
They're fucked.
They're just crazy. They're just
fucked.
bent on
But you know
getting
what?
crazy.
It didn't take one oil company to fuck them. I'll tell you that.
Don't curse, you know.
All right. Hey, this is the internet. You know, we can see naked ladies if we want on the internet. You can do
Okay.
whatever you want. Okay. So
No,
Actually-
Haiti is not guilty.
we're
in that
gonna
account.
listen. We're gonna listen to a stupid song real quick.
dismay, he could find no friends to gather on a Friday night to share a little toast and celebrate their happy lives. He's all alone with no companionship. He could stay home, but he's determined to go out and he'll make the best of it.
I hope everyone is enjoying the heat out there.
Just wear less clothes.
Right? It's not even summer yet. Technically, it's still spring. So just imagine.
Yeah, summer started in January.
Yeah, imagine what July and August will bring.
Or let's imagine stopping the stranglehold of the oil companies right away, and then just like reverse our consciousness into a positive consciousness to help the earth. Everything we do for the earth is good. Everything we do bad for the earth is bad. So we stop doing bad things as a consciousness on the whole planet. Everybody knows it. It's clear. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I understand now. That's good. You got something for the reading?
No.
So write a lot of, don't be afraid to write letters to your friends and
Or to your
congressman.
Oh my God! You
or
didn't say that.
the governor.
You didn't say that.
No. That's
My
very
God.
good because
Come on.
you need to talk to them about consciousness,
Oh my God!
planetary consciousness.
Oh my God!
Stop
You sound
being
like-
afraid of that. That's a good thing.
You sound like a new ager or something.
No, man, I'm in the no ager.
Yeah.
There's no age, man. This is the end. It's or else age. We're in the or else age right now.
Man.
I'm not, like, this is reality. A species, a minute, or an hour, or a day, is that a lot?
Well, I guess your advice is probably better than any advice I could come up with.
It's kind of you.
Well, except
I just love Earth.
except for growing a garden.
I love Earth.
You know, I think that is probably essentially
Who doesn't?
the most powerful
We
thing you
couldn't
can
go
do
to the
these
beach
days,
without
is
Earth. We
growing
couldn't
your own
have sex
food.
without Earth. We couldn't drive our four-wheeler without Earth. We need Earth to, Earth is our existence. The American Indians say it's Mother Earth. So, of course, they're correct. And they knew millions of years ago, like any ancient culture knows. You don't poof where you eat. You know what I mean? And we have been poofing too long, and the world's gonna go poof after all if we don't stop poofing it.
I'll tell you what, whenever you
I'm
think
anti-poof.
yeah.
I'm pro-life, anti-oil.
Whenever you start getting a little too nostalgic about
What's
Mama
nostalgic?
Nature,
I'm nostalgic about it. I'm not nostalgic. Nostalgic implies that it's in the past.
well, Well, certain
That's
things
BS.
are.
That's BS.
Certain things are in the
That's
past.
BS. That's not what I mean. Nostalgia is nothing.
I
I'm
just
talking about an
No, I'm just-
assault
I-
on the planet.
I would just like to help you understand maybe why people.
I know why they don't know. I just told you before. They're under a spell. They're mind controlled. Mind control is very easy. It's simple. It happens every bloody second on television, on radio, on newspaper, magazine, and rock bands, and schmuck bands,
No.
and schlock bands. It's all mind control.
No, there's a reason people live in cities.
A lot of mind
right?
control. There's gigantic amounts of it. It's imagery. It's hypnosis.
People.
It's not that difficult. They got hackers that can do it in 5 seconds. It's just a little blip.
Look, there's a certain part of humans that aren't of this planet, that don't belong on this planet.
Well, that's not my issue.
It is the issue.
That's not my issue.
It
The
it
issue
should
is
be
that
your- it should be
stop
your
doing
issue.
wrong things.
Hey, look, I got bigger fish to fry. All right, now listen.
How can you fry bigger than the people destroying the earth? I don't think there's any bigger fish than them.
No, yeah, because
They're the
the
gigantic
real issue is people.
Godzilla fish.
Period. People don't belong here. At least part of us don't belong on this planet.
Well,
my God, we don't fit in. We're not from here. It's obvious.
Well,
it's obvious.
who are you talking about? This is
I'm
like
talking
an
about
idea.
you. I'm talking to you about you naked ape over there. I'm talking about you. You don't belong here.
Oh,
I mean,
really? It says
yeah.
you. Well,
Well,
when
it
did you
says the
become?
planet.
When did you become the steward
says
of
the
Earth?
planet.
When did you become a steward of Earth? tell people who you can be and who cannot be. What are you?
5
What are you,
years ago?
magician of God?
5 years ago? No, really. It's pretty obvious that humans are alien. At least partially alien.
But that's not the issue. The
It is
issue
the
is that we're
issue.
being destroyed.
I said
Who
it was
cares
the
what
issue.
we are?
We're
We're not
destroying
going to
it.
be here anymore.
We're destroying it because we're creating something else.
We're a collusion.
I mean,
we've
look
been
at
colluded
a
on.
city.
We've been ripped
A
off.
city has nothing to do with
I wish I had the
nature.
Mark Bolan song, It's a Ripoff. Because that's what it is. Like, at least the Flim Flam man did it to you so you learn a lesson. These guys do it to us so they can just burn us. They don't enjoy their money. They just like to see fire. So, they're pyro bloody maniacs. Everything is money. They're turning the world into a desert. And then we're sitting by talking about Madonna's ass. Give me a break, man. Everybody knows it's true. Everybody should just wake up. 1, 2, 3. What? Ready? Set.
know what?
Wake up.
I think there's
On
a
the
lot.
count of 3, the whole planet will wake up. Right? When I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. We're being ripped off. We're being hornswoggled. We're being flimmed.
Do it
We're being
again. I don't feel any different. Do it again.
Wait. In the name of Earth and the Earthlings, we declare the null and voidness of the oil company, oilness, and their influence, and their lies, and their bank accounts on the media of all kinds. And we stop it, stop believing all the hype, and start getting down to brass tacks, which means brass facts.
Tactician.
2 and 2 is 4. If you're in a bathtub and you're holding a bottle of
Wait, no, it's an ice cream
chemical,
cone.
if you have a bottle of ammonia in your hand and you have a bottle of oil in your hand and you're in your bathtub and you accidentally spill them, you will not be happy. You will have ammonia and oil in your bath oil, messing up your Mr. Bubbles. You understand what's going on? You have an
last week it was
influence.
the ice
You have influenced your environment. You have influenced it beyond reproach, beyond repair. You have to get up, wipe the oil off, put it away, put it in a bag, rinse the tub out, scrub the tub out. There's a cost to being an influence on your environment. And just extrapolate that out to the fact that the whole world has spilt a bucket of oil everywhere, and we got to clean it up. And that's all I got to say.
That's all you gotta say, huh? All right, let's see what Walter's got to say. We only got a minute or two here.
Stone Soup Radio. RiverWestRadio.com.
Walter's got a drunk driving story, so let's listen to that.
This is When It Rains, It Pours. Story time with Walter Holstad. So, I got a new car, and I guess it kind of, a newer car. It was an 02. This was in 05. And I guess it kind of went to my
Mazda,
head.
I think.
So, I was driving home from a bar, and I saw on the other side of the freeway a policeman shine the light on me, so I noticed they had clocked me for speeding. And they were on the other side of the freeway, so I sped up to about 100 and cruised towards the next exit, which was just down the road, and exited. And then I just drove a normal speed at that point because I didn't want to get into an accident or anything. And so they caught up to me and pulled me over. And I rolled down my window, and they said, "Why are your keys still in the ignition?" And I was like, "Where are they supposed to be?" I was thinking. And he was like, "Step out of the car." So I got out of the car, and I was like, "It's okay, there's no black people around." And I was like, "I'm like Michael Jackson, I can get away with anything." And they did the breathalyzer. They made me go through all the motions of saying the alphabet backwards, and I did pretty good, but they said when I tried to follow their finger, they could see my eyes didn't smoothly follow his hand. So they gave me the well, they didn't give me, they gave me the breathalyzer at some point, and I blew a .12, so that wasn't too bad. So actually they put me in the squad car, and they were like, "That's a nice car," and I was like, "I like it." And he said, "Well, we're gonna have to tow it." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "They're gonna mess it up." It was like some kids out in the suburbs like towing it. They're gonna mess it up and go joyriding in it, which they did do, I'm pretty sure. And so I was like, "This might take me to jail." And he was like, "Okay." So they took me to jail and gave me the OWI, and instead of, they were gonna have me call my mom to get a ride home or something. So I went to the jail, and proceeded that I was like, "Shouldn't you be in Iraq?" He's like, "Shouldn't you?" And I was like, "No, I was like, the only reason we're over there is for the oil." And so that was how, over like just getting pulled over for speeding, I wound up getting OWI that cost me like $1,500 at least when all was said and done, with court costs and the fines and tickets and everything. And so when I moved home to save money and got the car, it didn't
Leave my
work
cock?
out
No.
that I saved very much money.
You didn't say much. That was the point. All right, that's it. That's
was
the end of the night.
was there a point to that story?
No, there wasn't. It's the same idiocy as everything. So.
Is this us?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
All right, let's say good night.
This is Missile Thistle.
That's right. Good night, Milwaukee. And the rest of the world.
Story of success or failure dominates existence. We are bombarded with messages feeding us beliefs and ideas that we need to achieve in order to be looked upon as decent human beings. A story of success or failure leading us along in our dreams. Story of success or failure successful failure, leading us alone. Much propaganda, so long as I is from you and holding on in order to not have to give up all the money they have made.
All your work scrambling all around, showing up despair, spelled out on the ground, death by the sea.